Hey Vishwa and Natasha, hello. Glad you're all here. So I've got 1 minute by my clock, so as soon as it turns 7 o'clock, and it just did, I'm going to start the recording and we will get this started. Okay, this meeting is now being recorded. Hello everyone, thank you for coming this evening. People are still kind of dropping in. Hi Keely. And that's fine. Uh, but what I want to talk to you guys about tonight is the Service Learning Project. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my desktop. So if you can see my desktop, if you would please just type a little something in the chat box. So I see that, yes, okay, great, awesome. So what I'm going to talk to you about tonight is the Service Learning Project, which is 35% of your grade. So, so this is not something. This is something that you want to make sure you pay attention to, right? You don't want to ignore this, and it is, I think, a very good project, easy project. I would like to do it, and that's the reason why I assign it. But I'm going to kind of explain to you what it is about and how you can get started with it. Now, this is a semester-long project, so this is not something that's due, on Sunday. Okay, this is something that you'll work on throughout the semester. And as you guys are coming in, just come on in. Make sure you mute your mic. That helps the session go a little bit smoother. But as you're coming in, we're talking about the Service Learning Project. And so I want to tell you what your first steps are. And I was saying that this is a semester-long project. It's something that you'll work on at your leisure, really, throughout the semester. The first thing you're going to do is enroll in a group. Now, what I have is 3 groups for us to try out. So let's see. I think Mariah, is your mic muted, dear? I'm trying to get to you. Hold on. All right, so I want to show you guys, this is our course homepage, right? I have in our content area a service learning module that gives some more information about the Service Learning Project, and it's very user-friendly. You'll want to go to the first page, and it tells you exactly what you need to do and when it's due. This first part is due on September 15th. That's not this Sunday, it's next Sunday. But the first thing you're going to do is enroll yourself in a group. Okay, so I want you to read through these 3 groups. You're going to make a choice, one of 3, and find out which group most closely relates to your interests. Because essentially what you're going to do with this project is perform 5 hours of community service. And you're going to do this based on one of these 3 groups, your group interest. Now, these 3 groups are based on topics that we are learning in U.S. history. So whichever one most closely relates to what you want to do, that's the group that I want you to be a part of. Now, the type of community service that you choose is up to you. I've given you some ideas to help you kind of make up your mind what you want to do, but I'm pretty open to the different types of community service that students normally do when they complete this project. So if you need ideas or want ideas on what you can do, that is one of the reasons why I'm putting you in groups, because even though this is an individual project, you're going to be with a group of people who have the same interests as you. And if you are not sure about what you want to do for your service learning project, that is when you can reach out to the other people in your group and find out what they're doing, and it might spark some kind of interest, or you may be able to get some ideas about what you want to do, okay? So that's your first order of business, is to get yourself in one of these three groups. In just a moment, I'm going to show you how you do that. Once you are in the group, you're going to go to the discussion board. Now this is due by September 15th, and you are going to give 3 ideas about what you might do. You're not locked into these right now. 3 ideas about what you might do to complete your 5 hours of community service. Now, to get yourself in a group, it's very easy. You just come up here to Communications on our course homepage, and you come right down here to Groups. And in all honesty, I'm in an instructor view, so this might not. Let's see if somebody's already put themselves in the group. It's really that easy, okay? I'm in an instructor view, so it looks a little bit different. Let me switch over to a student view. And so from our course homepage, right, you see our little colonial men and British men? Isn't that cute? So you come up here to Communications, and then you click on Groups. And here are your 3 groups. Okay, so you just choose whichever group you want to be a part of. Okay? Hold on one second. Let me get back to the content. Like I said before, if you've just joined us, I have created a service learning project module, and this is under Content. If you go click on Content, this is the different units that we're studying. Click on Service Learning. You can start here with that very first page. And if you're wondering, well, I don't know what kind of group I want to be a part of, here are the 3 groups, and I've put some information about why somebody would choose this group, the course objective that we will learn in history that ties to this group, what may motivate you to be a part of this group, and some different service learning ideas. Okay, so for your first assignment for this, you're going to, by September 15th, log on to this discussion after enrolling yourself in a group, and just give me 3 ideas of different items that you may community service events or organizations that you may partner with to complete this project. Okay, you're not locked into these. We're just talking about ideas. Okay. And I know you're going to probably have more questions after this. This is just our initial meeting about the service learning project. It's not due until the end of the semester. We have a lot of time to talk about this and make sure everyone understands. So don't become anxious. Just start thinking about what you might want to do. There are some assignments that you will turn in once you decide what you want to do for your service learning. For example, if you decide you're going to walk dogs at PAWS, I have some different assignments that will make up the grade for the service learning project that you'll turn in as a result of you doing this experience. Right now, we don't have to worry a lot about what those assignments are, but I do have them in the Dropbox and as additional discussion questions, okay? So what you will do is you're going to do 5 hours of community service, and while you're doing your service, you're going to document what you're doing through what we're calling a participant diary. You're the participant, right? And you're going to be keeping a diary of what you're doing for your service learning project. You'll also take pictures or maybe a video of what you're doing, especially if you gather up a group of friends and you go down and pick up trash on the Chattahoochee, okay? You'll want to take pictures of the fun things that you do down there while doing this service. Because eventually what you're going to do is put together a presentation, and you'll certainly turn that presentation into me for your grade, but also I'll set up a discussion board where we can optionally put it out for everybody to see. If you don't want everybody to see it, then you can just turn it into me, and that's fine. But if you put together a really good presentation and you want other people to see it, you can do that. And then the third thing you're going to have is a series of discussion questions that are just going to allow you to reflect on your experience. Now, what will you get for your hard work on this service learning project? Well, I'm going to allow you, whatever week you perform your service learning, your 5 hours, I'm going to allow you to be exempt from that week's assignments. As long as it's not the midterm. You can't exempt the midterm. I can't just not let you take the midterm. Or any other kind of service learning assignment that may be due that week. I can't let you do that. But some of the normal history discussions and worksheets and things like that, I will allow you to exempt that in lieu of going and doing your service learning. So I know you probably have a lot of questions, and that's fine. But right now, really what I want to make sure that you know is that from the course homepage, I have set up under content, clicking right here on content, a service learning module with a couple of pages here. One telling you where to get started. And if you start, it'll tell you exactly what you need to do. Okay, those are your groups right there. And if you do decide on which group you want to be a part of, whether it's Reformers, Civic Responsibility, or Culture Club, to get into the group, all you do is come up here to Communications and then click on Groups. And you will self-enroll into one of these groups. Culture Club already has 1 member, okay? So that's your first order of business. We can take this really slow. I think that's really, I can't believe you guys aren't asking me questions. But let's see, my little thing here is all kind of out of whack, so there it is. Oh, I do have questions, lots of questions. All right. Oh boy, sorry guys, I did not, okay. I don't see the group options under groups, VO1, just kidding, found it. Oh, good, Emma. You scared me there for a minute. Okay. Do you have to click the available groups button? Yes. View a great available. Yes, that is correct. Oh, yes, so you're telling. Okay. Oh, okay. Great, Cody. That's a great question. He's wanting to already know how the presentation should be structured. And I'm going to give you more information on that. It's going to be structured, I think, probably the best way is based off of the discussion questions you're going to ask or answer. As part of your reflection on this project. I think that's probably the easiest way because I don't want you to reinvent the wheel. But we will come back to that, Cody. So just hang tight on that one. Can I? Okay. That's a good question, Tucker. Tucker says, can I gradually pick up trash on the river, like for an hour a day or a week? Take pictures. Yeah. You are in charge of your service learning, Tucker, okay? So I'm not going to dictate to you, I'm not telling you where to go or, what to do. So what I'm going to have you do by the 29th of September, you're going to turn into me your service learning plan, okay? And that's for me, that's for you to make sure that I'm okay with what you're doing, because you don't want to do a 5-hour service learning and then turn it all in and then me say, hey, that was no good, which I would never say that, but you know what I mean. We want to make sure that, I want to make sure you and I are on the same page. And so by the end of September, I'm going to ask you, okay, everybody, we need to turn in our service learning plan. Whether maybe you've already done it, or you're in the midst of doing it, or you're planning to do it sometime in October, okay? So, anybody else have a question so far? My little toolbar on Zoom is all out of whack, so that's my major malfunction right now. I was seeing myself on the video, but not now. I have another chat. Let's see. Good. Tucker says thank you. Okay. Now, so this part worked out perfectly because what I'm going to do is we do have a guest here tonight, and I am going to introduce to you Dr. Dawn Trong. She is a colleague
everyone.
of mine, and she's going to have some information for you concerning this project. So, Dawn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put your slide up. I think maybe this is all that you will need. Can you see this okay?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to mute myself and step out of the room.
Kim, I think we have a question from the
Okay.
chat box, by the
Is
way.
there an alternative assignment to this project? Time does not permit due to work. Natasha, yeah, get with me, hon. I can certainly help you out on that. I'm very flexible.
Kim,
All right.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was answering her question. Natasha, hon.
Sorry, it's just there's a delay in audio, so.
Okay. Yes, Natasha, we can certainly work out an alternative. Just send me an email and we'll work something out. I'm very flexible, dear. All right. I'm leaving for the moment, okay? I'm going to mute my mic and then come back maybe in about 10 or 15 minutes. Sound good?
Yes. And I will send you a text and let you know. Okay, can everyone hear me just fine? You can just respond in the chat if you're able to hear me.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm just going to start. So basically, I'm not quite sure if Ms. Stokes has gone over with you about the purpose of her project. So basically, the purpose of the study, of her study, is to find out if students like yourselves are more engaged with learning about history by performing a service learning project. And so what she had just previously gone over with you is the breakdown of the service learning project that's already embedded into the class. Now, the study that she is conducting is just a separate study from her. Now, you are not required to participate in the study, but the study is actually conducted after you've already gone through the class, after you've already completed all your assignments, okay? So after the semester is over, Ms. Stokes will have to get your permission by you all signing a informed consent form, permission to use your work, which is the assignments that you will be completing, which is the participant diary, the virtual discussion, and the presentation. So she'll be using those assignments if you grant her permission to do so, to collect, that's going to be considered her data. So she'll be collecting those pieces that you are submitting as part of her study. So again, being a participant in this study will not affect your grade. She will not know who all will be participating until after I've given her all of the informed consent forms or the names of who she can collect the assignments from, as far as to use in her study, okay? So to be a participant in I will email you all an informed consent form that breaks down the purpose of the study, everything you will be expecting to happen during the study. Now, you don't have to do anything extra. This is already something that you've already done, like that you've already completed. So she's simply just going in and grabbing your assignments once she's already given you your final grade to begin her study. So her study doesn't even start till the end of the semester. But once you have completed the informed consent form, what you will do is you can take a picture of it on your phone and you can upload it to the email. You can send it back to me. Once I received your email, that's when I know, okay, that's who is going to participate in the study. But I, again, will not release your name or any information until after the fact that you have gone through the class, after you have gotten your final grade for the class. And those who do return a signed form will receive a $5 gift card from Starbucks. Again, this will happen after the semester has ended and your service learning project has been graded and you've received a final grade for the class. Does anyone have any questions about this? You can either verbally ask or just put it in the chat.
So from what I understand, it's just like something extra that you're doing.
This is something extra that she's doing, so there's nothing that you have to do that's extra to participate in the study. Does that make sense? Like everything that you're doing, you're just doing because of the class. So she needs a certain number of students to conduct this study for her doctoral dissertation. So again, after this class has ended and you have previously, like as in now, have submitted your informed consent forms, and I release her the names of of what students, so that she knows what work to pull and what work not to pull from those students. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
okay, so it's
just like permission to use it.
Yeah, permission to use yours. And again, throughout the study, once she uses your work to analyze the data and all that good stuff, she won't she will not reveal your identity, your name, any information about you during the dissemination of the findings. When she presents her data, all her results, you will not be linked to it. Each participant will be assigned a specific code that's going to not reveal your identity. Okay, so that's all going to be explained in the informed consent form whenever I send that out to you all. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, perfect. So, I mean, it's a great opportunity for you to be unintentionally, like to be a part of a research study, and I think it's going to be a great study for her to see if what you all are doing in this class is going to, help her understand more about the class and how if students are more engaging. Okay, so that's my bit. Let me let her know that I have.
Seems like a cool opportunity. Just the work that we've already done.
Yes, I think so too. And again, you don't have to do anything extra. You're already doing this just as a part of the class anyways. Let me see here. And, she just wanted me to remind you all that just to be sure, let y'all know, this is not something you guys are required to do. It is just, it's all voluntary, sorry. So, if you have any questions at all, I'm pretty familiar with this study, so you can respond to the email or on here, wherever. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer that for you. The reason why she had me recruit is so that we could avoid conflict of interest. So she knows exactly what I'm saying. It's all written on the script. So that's something I just wanted to be clear with you guys on. Pardon me. And I think that's it. Let me see if she's coming back.
Okay. Oh, I'm muted.
Kim, are you there?
Hold on. Oh, how do I unmute? Hold on. Come on. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was I was talking, but I was muted. Okay.
That's all right.
Let's see if I have any questions. Okay. All right. So thank you, Dr. Trong, for informing us for that. I don't think I need you for anything else. If you want to go ahead and go, I think that's okay. In fact, we're coming to the end of our session, really, for my participants, unless you guys have questions, and I'm sure you do have questions about the project, and I'm going to answer them as best that I can. want you guys to know that this is it's a semester-long project. So right now, all I really want you to be thinking about is what group you want to be a part of. And so I encourage you to read the different, hold on a second, let me get to it. The different groups. Is it there? Maybe not. And try to figure out which group you want to be a part of. Let's see.
I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Are there any other assignments that we have to do?
Tonight, yes. So we're starting a new week here, and we're starting a new, gosh, this is just not cooperating. Yeah, so I will show you what's due this week. I'm going to come over here to content. A little toolbar is giving me heartache tonight. Let me see if I can move him over a little bit. So we're starting a new unit, and we're going to look at the colonies. So I have some information here. Oh gosh, learning activities. No wonder you're asking. I didn't put them in here. Okay, so I'll do that before the night's over. So I've got the chapter to read there. A little video, and it's actually kind of a cute video if you want to read it or look at it. And then let's see. I think there's one worksheet and a discussion. Yeah, one worksheet here, due on Sunday. And when you click on it there, it just gives you 3 questions in this little chart. Just not a whole lot. And then the, I think I'm still in as a student. The discussion question, I went ahead and I put the service learning discussion up front. So you'll just need to scroll down. And then we got this Boston Massacre discussion for this week that's going to be due on Sunday. So there are 2 different accounts of the Boston Massacre and what happened. Was it did the British fire on the locals, or did the locals start beating up the British? You know, there's 2 different viewpoints there. And so you'll read both of these viewpoints and then answer this question right here. Who's to blame? It's an opinion question, so you really can't get that wrong. I mean, unless you just don't answer it at all. But here's your groups, and for this discussion question, this is due on the 15th. And it does have a release condition right here, meaning that you will need, in order to see the service learning project, you're going to need to go to tonight's live session. And once you click on that, this page right here, it'll open up the live session. That'll be the recording link. Who else has a question? Oh, somebody else. Let's see. So what is everything due this Sunday? Did I answer your question, Jasmine? Jasmine, did I answer your question, dear? And I will put the, I apologize, I did not put that on the page. Let's see. Yes, you got it. Good, good. No quiz this Sunday. No coding. No quiz. Come on in. Somebody else popped in. Oh, Natasha, do you have your hand raised? Is this from before? Let me see. Oh, that was Tucker. All right, so I hope that you are excited about the service learning project. Every semester I've done this, and I've done it for a while now. Students get really excited about this project, and they have a really good time. And over the course of the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be showing you some examples of previous students and what they... Oh, that's fine, Natasha. And what they've done for their project. So don't let it be something that's overwhelming to you, okay? Really just, go to the page and pick a group. I mean, and just be honest with yourself. What do what interests you? Sometimes it's working with different culture of people. Maybe you enjoy kind of stepping out of your comfort zone and working with people who are, just a little bit different than you, whether it's a different religion or a different ethnicity. So maybe you want to join that group and do something with them. Maybe civic responsibility group, that's kind of the catch-all, okay? When you think of community service, you kind of think of civic responsibility. And this is something that we're going to be learning soon when we talk about the Constitution, because one of our responsibilities as citizens of the United States is to give back to the community, to make our communities a better place. Yes, Christina. So, the civic responsibility is that. The reformers, there's not a quiz. Okay, I'll get that. I'll get these questions in just a second. Oh, that's a really good idea, Keely. Keely says she wants to volunteer for the Latino Festival. Yeah, I can maybe help you get in contact with somebody. That's a great example of some kind of community service. And you don't have to spend 5 days. You can spend 5 hours. Okay, that's all I'm requiring is 5 hours. Or more if you want. You can hand out flyers. You can post flyers around campus. A lot of these organizations, would love for you to do that. Let's see. There is no quiz. What's due on the 15th, Kayla, is you getting into a group for the service learning project. That's what's due on the 15th. I didn't want to make it due this Sunday because we're just now talking about this, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of time. But what's due this Sunday, and I'm going to put this on our page right here because that just makes sense. What's due this Sunday is the learning activities for Colonies Fight for Their Rights, which is going to be one Dropbox item, okay? One Dropbox item right here, Colonies Fight for Their Rights, and one discussion question. And the discussion question is over you got to scroll past the service learning. I put it on number 2 here. All right, it's right there. The Creating a Nation, Comparing the Boston Massacre. Okay. Who else has a question? Are we going to reveal an answer hint to something this week? Well, my reveal this week is in order to see this service learning project, you need to go to content and then the service learning module, and then this live session page. The way I've got it set up, it's you're not supposed to be able to see the service learning discussion until you click on this page right here. Thank you for asking. How about flying? Who else has a question for me? Let's see if I missed any questions. Let's see. Christina, yes to the only question that are due on the 8th are the readings, answering the questions, and the discussion post. Yeah, the Boston Massacre. Oh, good, Tucker. Good. Yeah, I really want you to physically go and complete something. Although, I will say, one form of service learning, if somebody wants you to design a flyer for them or maybe make phone calls for them. I know usually during election year, there's plenty of opportunities with politicians who are running for students to canvas and make phone calls and things like that. Unfortunately, we don't have anything like that right now going on. It can be as simple as, like I said before, just picking up trash on the Chattahoochee. You can get a couple of friends together and make your own service learning project. Or you can, maybe you are a nursing major or some kind of health science major and you want to go and volunteer at a hospital. That's okay too. Maybe you have a special skill and you want to teach it to somebody. I've had students do that who know how to play the guitar or know how to speak a second language, and they teach that to somebody else. That's fine. That's considered service or community service as well. So I encourage you to be creative in your thinking on this. Yes, you can teach your cousin cooking. Does your cousin need to know how to cook? Is it some kind of Indian cooking? Vishwa? You teach me.
Yes, I'm a professional cook chef, so.
Oh, very nice. Well, that's a great idea, and you could have somebody video you help showing him or her the different techniques in cooking. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, at some point, and I mentioned it before, by the 29th, you're going to tell me what your plan is for community service. So that's what you would do, is just tell me what you're planning to do. Does anybody else have a question? Okay, sounds good, Tucker. Hey, and I also wanted to shout out to one of your classmates, William Cryer. I didn't get a chance to email him back, but he sent me a couple of websites that are really cool. One of them I knew about, but the other about with maps, I didn't so much know about that one. So if you find cool stuff related to history and want to send it my way, I'm always open. I'm open to that idea, but your classmate, William Cryer, did that. He sent me one that I'm going to use when we talk about slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, because it's a model of the slave ships coming over. Here's my. Super Slumber Project, does it have to be the same thing for 5 hours? Yes. Yes, Christina? Yeah, that's a great question. She says, does it have to be the same thing for 5 hours? For example, picking up trash all 5 hours, but divided up into sections. Or could I help out around campus and participate in different organizations to obtain? Yes, yes to both. You can divide it up. You know, as I said before, we are going to have the you're going to put together your project plan, and that'll be due at the end of September. So, you know, throw me your ideas. But yes, that's a good question. Jasmine is asking, will I be the only one who sees the pictures for the videos or the videos for the project? Yes, unless you choose to show it to the rest of the class. I'll have a discussion board set up that will be optional, that you can share your presentation with others if you so choose. But if not, then yes, only I will see those. Yes. Well, the quiz is done being graded. I have a question about my short answer response. I thought I had graded them all. Did I miss yours, Jasmine? If so, I'll go back and look. I apologize. Oh, okay. Let me go back and take a look at it. I can almost assure you it's me and not you. But thank you for letting me know. I have a fly in my house. It keeps buzzing around me. Yeah, that's fine. You can always email me or text me. You know how to text me, right? If you look on our course syllabus, this number right here is a cell and a text. Yes, yes, that is correct. You know, the start of the semester gets going. Well, you know, the start of the semester is hectic for everybody, not just students. Instructors as well. wonder what happened to my... Yes, that is correct. Yes, I want you to choose your group, enroll yourself in a group by the 15th. Yes. So let me go in as a student. So from the course homepage, you click on communications and then groups. The groups here. You may have to click this view available groups for this to show. View my groups. This is a little bit different because I'm in as a I'm in as an instructor viewing as a student, but you should be able to. Somebody's already joined the Culture Club group. And see, I have it expiring on the 16th, so you want to go ahead and get it in before then, by then. Whoops. Oh. Oh, there's my little thing again. Okay. Okay. So, and then over to this side. Oh, that's even better. Zoom sometimes has a mind of its own. Sorry, I gotta eat my grape. I mean, I don't have to eat it, but I want to eat it. Good night, Keely. I just saw that. Christina, do you have any questions?